Danessa Myricks is back with her new palette for holiday, Lightworks Volume 7, the Freedom palette. I am so happy about this. Hey y'all, it's Heather, and I am so excited because I got my hands on the new Danessa Myricks palette. This is Lightwork Volume 7, the Freedom palette. The Lightworks palette are palettes that she does for holiday every year, and we were asking last year, please give us more in this genius packaging. And she did. We have it with this really cool like brown frosted glass. We have the same magnetic packaging that we had last year, so we can customize our palettes, mix and match. I was begging for this. I am so excited. We're going to do hand swatches, eye swatches, live swatches. We're going to talk about it. Everything you want to know is going to be in this video. One of the things that makes this palette so special, in my opinion, is that there are 10 different formulas in here. We have Hyper Shine Chrome Metallics, Hyper Shine Metallics, Velvet Metallics, Velvet Chromes, Foil Flake Chromes, Foil Flakes Metallics, Elastin Multichromes, Chrome Toppers, Elastin Sheer Metallics, and Soft Touch Mattes, also known by Danessa Myricks as Color Accurate Mattes. So you get a lot of bang for your buck in this palette. I really love when palettes bring us multiple finishes and formulas. Now, I did order my palette from Sephora. I bought it on the Sephora app. I will link it down below. It is the same packaging as last year. We come with that cute little lid so we can customize our palette. We have the lid here, and then you can pop these out. You can stack these and make your own palette. Use a little magnetic tool, move the shadows around if you want to. It's such genius packaging. I love it, and I saw now that this is patent pending, which I think is very smart of Danessa. And just like last year, you do get the little travel bag too that says Danessa Myricks Beauty, so you can slide your little palette in here if you want to keep it safe when you travel. I think it's so cool. I'm excited because we have some matte shadows in this palette this year. The price point is still $128. Again, I will link it everywhere I can down below in the description box for you. And we are going to eye swatch these shades. We may swatch the mattes together and do the sparkle shadows separate because there are several different formulas in here. I want to make sure you can see everything. But now that I've kind of shown you the palette, you've heard some about it, I want to zoom you in a bit. We're going to do live swatches and eye swatches, every shade on the eyes. Let's start off swatching this shade and this shade. I'll put that one right there. That is really, really pretty. That is definitely a multi-chrome. I'm going to make sure and show you swatches in different lighting and everything too, so you can really see the shifts. Let's do that second shade right there. That's really pretty too. This is definitely a beautiful multi-chrome, this first shade. It's this white to lime to like peachy gold. If you have a lot of multi-chrome shadows like from indie brands, thing like that, you may have a shade like that, but that's very smooth, very beautiful. And then here we have this kind of like rose gold with a little bit of like a yellow gold flip to it. It's really, really pretty. All right, here is this shade called Golden Child. That's really pretty on my lid. This is described as an opal white with gold to green shift. That's what it says on the Sephora site. I definitely agree with that. I think that's really pretty. Now, I am going to be doing eye swatches. I'm concerned about getting the shadow on my eyes, letting you see how they apply, how they look, everything like that. I am going to be messy in the rest of my makeup. I'm not worried about fallout. I am more worried about getting the shades on my eyes and getting them off as gently as possible so that I do not totally have like red irritated eyelids after this. So you may see some fallout because I would rather be a little messy and be careful with my skin than I would avoiding fallout because we're doing eye swatches, okay? So just so you'll know, I do not get fallout with Danessa Myricks shadows. That's not a problem I have from the brand. I just want you to see all of these on the lid. Here is the shade Warmth. It is described as a metallic copper with gold to pink shift. And I would definitely agree with that shade description. Both of these shades are very, very pretty. Here are the shadows in dim lighting. I want you to be able to see that sparkle on both eyes. Next, we'll do these two shades right here. Let's see what this one looks like. They both look white in the pan. I'll put it next to the other one that looked white. And see, it looks like a white to pink to like yellow. So, so pretty. And the other shade, let's pick out, we'll swatch it right here. That's a really pretty soft, kind of like silvery, bronzy pink. I'll read you the descriptions, you know, but those are my descriptions. This is the shade Love Potion. It's really pretty. It looks white in the pan, but it is described as a rose quartz with gold shift. White rose quartz with a gold shift. Sorry. It's really, really pretty. This shade, Love Potion, right here is the same formula as the shade right here that we swatched first, the shade called Golden Child. They are called Elastin Multichromes. That is the category that Danessa Myricks has put them in, and they are multichromes. There is a really beautiful shift there. Now we're going to swatch this shade Wish. It's the same formula as the shade that we swatched last. This one is Warmth, this one is Wish. They are described as Elastin Sheer Metallics. That is what the Sephora site says. That is what the Danessa Myricks site says. Wish is an iced pink metallic. I like doing eye swatches and live swatches because we can really kind of talk through each shade in the palette. I can get a feel for it. I can swatch it on my bare skin. I can swatch it on top of like a primer. I really want to be as helpful to you as possible because I know like $128 is a lot. Maybe this is going on your wish list. Maybe you already bought it. Maybe you're debating it. I want you to really be able to watch my video and see what you're getting so I can be helpful. And these shades, oh, so pretty. And here is another look at those beautiful shades in the dark, in the dim, hopefully. You can see the sparkle and the shine. And then we'll go with these two last on our top row. I'll put that shade right here. Very pretty, like snow color, icy white silver type of shade. And then our blue purple right there. Can you see? It's so like iridescent, blue, purple, pinky shift. Northern Lights is a velvet metallic finish. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Really a lot of shine. This is described as a smoky platinum, and I definitely agree with that. It is kind of a smoky platinum. Like that was actually a really great description of the shade. That's pretty. Dreamer is described as an aqua blue with a periwinkle shift. It says that this is a chrome topper. So this is a really beautiful shade. I can see the shift just on its own, but you are really going to see a lot from this when you layer it on top of a base. Like if you put the black matte down underneath or the gray matte, you're really going to bring that out. It has a quality to it that makes it topper-esque, and that has that little bit of sheerness. So you can go for the more ethereal vibes if you just put it on top of like a primer like this, or you can layer it up over a base and make it something even more and use it like a topper shadow. Very pretty. Ah, I'm such a Danessa Myricks fan. I'm such a Danessa Myricks fan. Look at how that shade transforms in the low light, almost no light. Our next shade is this matte right here. So I'm going to swatch this. This one looks like it's probably going to be kind of light on me. It's a nice like almost mid-tone type of color. I'm like, oh, I wiped my swatches off, but maybe I need to do a better job of wiping them off because I can still see sparkle, but we'll put that right here. See, it's not super deep. It's a nice like light to mid-tone type of color. I'll put it, go over that swatch again because mattes aren't always the funnest shades to swatch. And I want to fit 2 matte shades on my eye to do an eye swatch, just to save myself a little bit of wiping the shadows off, and I think we'll be able to see the blend and the shade and all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump down to the shade underneath, and we'll swatch this one. This one is a deeper, darker brown. I'll put that there. Yeah, that's really, really pretty. I know last year we were saying like how much we loved the All Shimmer Sparkler palette. Maybe it would be fun to have some mattes, and I like that. I do think you get more bang for your buck with all the shimmers in the palette, but I kind of needed some mattes to make the palette more cohesive, rounded, instead of like pulling in other palettes for mattes or her groundwork palettes. So I don't mind seeing mattes in this palette, and that's a really pretty brown shade. So we'll swatch those two together on an eye. This is the shade Sand. It's described as a neutral beige sandy matte. And I think that is a pretty good description. Did I read that correctly? Neutral sandy beige matte. Neutral sandy beige matte. Yes. And it's blending easily. Looks just like it does in the pan. Really pretty. I should let you know, I have an olive undertone. I would say I have like a medium skin tone. Olive, warm leaning. Rooted is described as a baked terracotta brown matte. That is a really pretty matte color. Now I'm not going to spend too much time blending because I just want to see how this looks on the eyes. The main thing I'm wanting to see the color, the pigment payoff, the texture, and to see if I can blend it a bit. And I definitely can. Those colors look really nice together too. And these are the matte formula, soft touch mattes or color accurate mattes. And then we'll swatch this shade right here. This one looks really beautiful. I'm gonna put that on my hand here. That's so pretty. This is definitely another shifty multi-chrome shade that is going to be so much easier to show you, like on the eye and in more swatches. It's really, really pretty. This is one of her Hyper Shine metallics. This color called Enchanted. That is a really pretty color. It definitely looks super green in some like shift, and then you can see like that darker base. It's really pretty. It's got a bunch of different like reflex to it as well. I really like that. And with the mattes over here like paired together, love. Here is that beautiful color in the dim low light. Moving right along, we'll swatch these two shades, or center shades. They look so deliciously beautiful. Let's put them here. That's so metallic. That is so metallic. And this one has so much shift and shine. Oh, we'll put that one there. Like a magenta to a green. It's so pretty. Guiding Light is described as an antique pewter pink metallic. This is a foil flake metallic. That's the formula or the finish. And I would say this one does have like a lot more texture to it, which I think is really beautiful. So I see why it's called like foiled flakes, because I'm definitely like getting that beautiful texture and high shine. I know you can see it on my lids. Like that's really, really beautiful. That's super pretty. Like it's hitting the light. Oh yeah, I really like this formula. It's definitely impactful and bold, and I am here for it. Spellbound is a Hyper Shine chrome metallic. This is a magenta with emerald green shift. Now, using this in a look for day to day, I would not bring it up this high, like this high, but I wanted to really let you see that it has that dark base to it, that it's pigmented, and I wanted to carry it up like over my bone right here and everything, so that you could really just see the shade and see the color. Here we have another look at both of those shades. Then we'll swatch this gray matte right here. Let me put that. That's a pretty gray. My finger wasn't all the way clean, so there's a little bit of sparkle mixed in there. Sorry. And we're gonna swatch that with the black. Let's go ahead and do the black that's right beneath it. And I'll put that right here. Oh, that is a smooth black. That is very smooth when I swatched it. We'll put those two together, and then we'll do this. Let me make sure my finger's cleaned off. We'll do this beautiful blue. We'll do that together, and we'll put that here. Oh, that is so pretty. Like that is royal blue. That's gorgeous. Magic Moon is described as a concrete gray matte. I rarely reach for a gray eyeshadow, but I gotta say, that is a pretty gray. That does look like concrete. Very smooth, very pretty. Grounded is described as a midnight black matte. The main thing I want to see with the black is it pigmented or is it patchy? Like, does the pigment not want to stay? And that's looking really nice to me. Again, I'm not focusing so much on the blend. Just wanting to get this on the eyes, see how it works. But when I do buff it, it does blend nicely. I'm not gonna overblend because why? I'm not gonna take it all out, but those are pretty, okay. Like, I never go for cool toned neutral shades, but I definitely love a black to deepen things up with, to use as eyeliner. I'm not mad at it. Mother's Love is described as a royal blue metallic. This is described as a hyper shine metallic. Again, I didn't blend, I just pulled it up a little bit. And then I stopped because I'm like, Heather, your eyes are getting irritated. It's on the lid. We're good. It's so metallic and pretty. And there it is in the low lighting. We only have 4 shades left down here on our bottom row. So we'll swatch this beautiful shade. I can see it shift in the pan. It looks so pretty. That is gorgeous. That is so gorgeous. Oh, it's like a gray to like a purpley magenta. I'm here for it. And then we have a matte shade, another matte. And this is our last matte. So it will go on by itself right there. Those two look really pretty together. I'm excited to get them on my eyes. This is the shade Mother Earth. And this is a velvet chrome, is how the finish is described, or the formula. I'm just kind of pressing that on with my brush. It's really pretty. This shade is described as a forest green with a eggplant shift, and I definitely can see that. Toasted is described as a toasted mauve matte, and of course this is a matte shadow. Toasted mauve matte. That is a really good description for the shade. That blended really beautifully too. I like that. That's pretty. Okay. And here's a look at that shade in the dim lighting. Move my head around so it will catch the light, catch the sparkle. Last but not least, we've got this shade right here. Oh, that one feels kind of creamy. I'm gonna put that right there. Very, very pretty purpley color. And then this is our last one. Okay, let me put that there. I've tried to wipe all the swatches off. That's a beautiful silver. Like, that is so impactful. This is the shade Open Heart. It's described as an electric purple with a smoky green shift. This is described as a foil flakes chrome in the formula. And I would definitely say it has kind of that flaky texture. It is a little more creamy in comparison to other shadows in this palette, but it's not super emollient, squishy, anything like that. It's really pretty. Star Power is a hyper shine metallic formula. This is a molten silver with a dusty blue shift. Here are those shadows in the dim lighting. And that is it for our eye swatches. But I do want to show you a quick look. I'm like just trying to move around so you can really see in the dim light, but we're gonna do a look now. For the look, I'm gonna prime my eyes for shadow using my Melt base. Now, we're not gonna worry about the rest of my face, okay? Makeup's looking a little crazy. That's what happens during eye swatches. We are just going to do an eye look. So I'm going to dip in to the shade Sand. I'm gonna put this all in my socket, fluff it around, fluff it out, and then I'm gonna go in with the shade Rooted, the darker brown. I just wanna use this to deepen up my outer corner, get our matte shadows laid down first. I'm going to use our black shade Grounded just to buff a little bit on the lower lash line. I'm buffing a tiny bit of that into the upper lashes in the outer corner. I'm gonna buff that out with a little bit of the shade Toasted or matte color. My eyelids are so over it at this point, but I want to use that blue Mother's Love all over my lid. After that, I want to go into the shade Dreamer. This is going to be beautiful for an inner corner highlight. I'm going to finish up with some mascara, and then I will be back with the finished look and comparisons. Even though the rest of my makeup is messy, I am so feeling all the sparkle. I don't even mind having all the sparkle everywhere. I know, like, I need to touch it all up, but it's okay. I'm going to give my eyes a break from shadow after this, and I'm just so happy. Last year, this palette, the version of this palette sold out super fast. I know these Lightwork palettes are always limited edition, so I want to show you this next to last year's just in case that comparison is helpful to you. And then, of course, if you have last year's, you can mix and match it with this year's, and I'm just excited. I'm so excited. Like, look at these, look at these, look at these. They are so pretty. So last year we did not have any mattes, and we had a much brighter, more colorful color story. Whereas this year we definitely still have color, but we have more neutral. We have some more like deeper jewel tones, not as vibrant at all. And we have those matte shades. So I'm excited about this. I don't regret my purchase. Like, this was one of my favorite purchases of last year. And then this year we have the mini pastel palette. I have a video on that one too. I would love to see more things like the mini pastel come out, like, so we can keep customizing, mixing and matching. I think it's so genius. I really liked the quality of the mini pastel, and I really like the quality of this year's Lightworks palettes. Like, even my hands are like covered. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just so excited about this palette, and I said in my video last year, I hope she will bring out another one, and I hope it's more neutral for the neutral lovers, and she gave us that. She gave us that. I hope this formatting continues. I saw, like I said, that the design, I believe, is patent pending, so I hope that means we're getting lots more like this. I really would like to see more mattes from Danessa Myricks, but I love that the Lightworks is so heavy on the sparkly, shimmery, special shades. I'm so happy with my purchase. I think all of these formulas are beautiful, and the fact that we get like 10 different finishes and formulas, like, that makes me so happy. I think this palette is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm going to be playing with this more and more and more. You know, I'll talk about it in future videos. I just got my order from Sephora today, so I'm like, Heather, we're sitting down, we're doing eye swatches. I hope this video was helpful to you. I'm going to pop up some more videos here because I love makeup. I'm a more type of person, so I would love it if you would stick around, talk makeup with me. But I want to hear all your thoughts about this new Lightworks palette down in the comments.